come here. I've got a secret for you. One of the best kept secrets is the fact that you can make real money working at home with just your laptop. If you've been searching for like a work from home with a laptop job and you're just coming up with nothing, I'm gonna share with you in this video how I was able to replace my income by becoming a virtual assistant. Now, don't worry, it is less work than you think. And so I'm gonna be sharing all the tips on how to get started as a VA so you can start making money with your laptop in this video. Maybe you're new here. My name's Abbey Ashley and I teach people how to work from home. I started my own at-home business in 2015 and later went on to train other people to do what I had done. It changed my life so much that I had to share with the world how to start a virtual assistant business. To date, we have almost 200,000 people inside of our various communities, and I've personally trained 6,000 individuals to do the same exact steps that I've taken to start a VA business. I share tons of free information here on my channel, so make sure that you subscribe and then click the bell to be notified every time I release new content. I'm absolutely convinced that virtual assistants and really freelancing service-based online jobs in general are the fastest way to make money with just a laptop. Let me share with you a few reasons why. First of all, it's just the overall low startup cost. Again, if you have a quality laptop and decent internet as well, then really there's nothing else that you absolutely have to get started. And compared to other businesses, that's a really big deal. Think about if you were starting to sell something on Etsy, right? A physical product, you're going to actually have to buy inventory for that store, right? If you were starting a food truck, there's all the costs associated to actually buying the food truck and buying the food that's gonna go into it, right? Simply just by not having a product-based business, you're already coming in at the ground floor because what you're selling is the services that you are offering yourself. There are no special certificates that you have to have in order to start this type of business. And because you can do it from home, there's so many additional costs that you're gonna be saving on as well. Maybe you're paying for childcare and you're able to stay at home and do this while you're raising your babies. Maybe you're gonna save in that commute expense from having to go to the 9 to 5 every day. It is such a low startup cost business, and there are so many free tools out there that you can use in order to get started. In fact, I have an entire video on free tools to use in your virtual assistant business. I'll make sure to link to it in the comments below so you can check that out after this video. The second reason why I believe virtual assistants is the best work from home with a laptop job is because of the flexibility, right? As an independent contractor, not an employee, it means that you're a business owner. It means that you get to choose when and how you will work. You choose what time you'll work at. So that means you can work at 8 a.m., 3 p.m., 2 in the morning. It really doesn't matter. The work can be done completely from your laptop in your skivvies. That was kind of awkward. But hey, you do you. You can work on your schedule, on your terms, and work from anywhere. In fact, tons of our students go on to travel the world, be digital nomads, go in an RV and travel all over, which I tried once. That is so not my jam. But hey, again, you do you. That flexibility is one of the things that drew me to virtual assistants and what I love so much about it. Lastly, I also love that you can work as little or as much as you want. Again, we've trained over 6,000 people, and our students have done everything from been able to just make some side income while they're homeschooling their kids or working another job. Maybe they just wanted to be able to contribute more to the household. Some of them wanted to just be able to like buy groceries for their family while they homeschooled their kids. Some of our students wanted to be able to help pay off debt. Some of them wanted to be able to plan an epic Disney World vacation for their kids, right? Whatever your motivation is, you can really grow this to be a small side hustle, all the way up to our students who have literally created $20,000 months, $50,000 months, $80,000 months by building out a full-on virtual assistant agency. So one of the things, again, that I love about virtual assistants is that you can make it big, you can make it small. Really, the sky's the limit with a service-based online business like this with such low overhead. So you might be thinking, Abbey, yes, I totally want to do this, but what does it actually entail? What do I actually need to do in order to start a virtual assistant business? Let's chat about that. I will say this will probably end up being a 10 or 15-minute video. If you want to dive deeper, I do have a full out 60-minute training that you can access at thevirtualsavvy.com/BBO. That stands for Become a Booked Out Virtual Assistant. And in that training, I'll go over everything to deciding on your services as a VA, and it will get really, really individualized so you can choose your services, you can choose your rate, and I'll share with you some of my top places to find paying clients inside of that free training. So make sure you check it out. All right, if you're wanting to start this work from home with a laptop job, virtual assistants, baby, let's break it down in 5 easy steps steps on how you can get started. Step number 1, understand what a virtual assistant is. I'll admit, when I was looking for the best work from home laptop job, I had no idea that virtual assistants even existed. This was back in 2015. It was actually a friend that suggested, hey, why don't you look into a virtual assistant? And I did what maybe you did today, which is Google virtual assistant, right? Or Google work from home jobs. And I quickly discovered that this is something that is not only super necessary, but something I could start with the skills that I already had. So simply put, what a virtual assistant is an assistant that helps small business owners virtually. And how they do that is through administrative tasks, maybe social tasks, creative tasks, or more technical tasks. Now, I started off largely, as many of our students do, just offering those general administrative services, right? Anything from answering customer service emails to doing invoicing, research, travel booking, right? So many of these really just admin type tasks that are taking up the time of the small business owner, you can take off their plate as a general virtual assistant. Now, there are creative tasks that you can do as well. Maybe you are really great with Canva, right? And you can create social media graphics. Maybe you're a good writer, and so not just answering customer service emails, but you can really get into writing blog posts. So if you have that creative side to you, there are definitely a ton of things that you can do in the social media, graphic, or writing realm that you can offer as a VA. Then there's the technical side as well. Maybe you can create a website or run a Facebook ad or set up Google My Business, really kind of the techie skills that are needed for small business owners. Any one of these buckets can really fall into that virtual assistant realm. And the great thing is you don't have to be in all the buckets, right? I started off largely as an admin VA and then moved to creative. I never really did a lot of the technical parts. You get to start a virtual assistant business with the skills that you already have, which is one of the things I love about this business. Step number 2 is to choose your virtual assistant business name. And I want to take some of the pressure off of choosing your name because a lot of people get stuck here. I was able to sell out my services, replace the income that I had been making at my previous job, and replace my husband's income. Yes, he was a government contractor at the time. And I was able to replace his 6-figure income literally with the name Ashley Assistants. That was the name. My last name is Ashley, by the way. I was able to make that much money with just a really simple name. So don't feel like you have to overcomplicate this. If you are at the step in your business where you're ready to choose your business name, I actually recorded an entire video on the process, and I will link to it in the description of this video so you can check it out. All right, step number 3 is to choose your services. And again, we're not gonna overcomplicate this. What are the simple tasks that you can do as a virtual assistant? Even if you just list 5 or 6 things: invoicing, travel booking, research, answering customer service emails, managing a Facebook community, simple social media graphics, posting and scheduling social media. Go ahead and jot down some of the tasks that you think that you could do as a VA. And if you need more help in this, again, I cover this more in detail in my Become a Booked Out Virtual Assistant training. So you can check that out with the link right here. But just know that you can start with the services that you already know how to do. There's no advanced training that you need to have in order to get started. Step number 4 is to choose your rates. And I'm gonna make this really easy for you. Most virtual assistants start their rate anywhere between $30, maybe $40 an hour for that general admin bucket, right? And so I normally tell people, you can just start at $30 an hour, right? And if they're like, oh, that seems like too much, I'm like, okay, start at 25, right? Get your first client at $25 an hour, your second one at 30, your third one at 35, right? And that's kind of the sweet spot for that general admin. Now, what most virtual assistants will do is that they will actually create packages of hours, right? So you're not just necessarily doing 10 hours and then billing the client after the fact. You will actually have a client sign on for a package of hours. So maybe you have a package of 10 hours a month, 20 hours a month, 40 hours a month, 80 hours a month, right? No matter what your packages are. And if your rate was $30 an hour, they would be signing up for a $600 package, and you would just bill them on the 1st of every month or the 15th of every month. That $600, go ahead and bill them up front and then do the hours. And then they have to use those hours by the end of the month because they're going to get billed again. I recommend use it or lose it packages. So you're constantly updating your clients. Hey, you've got 15 hours left. You've got 10 hours left, right? And that's how these packages work. So again, creating packages as a virtual assistant, I believe, is one of the best ways to go about actually getting reoccurring income coming in quickly. And then step number 5, you need to market your services. You cannot sign clients unless if you actually tell people about your business. I know, but it's actually easier than you think. I created this entire 60-minute training that goes through the exact process I took in order to sell out my services as a virtual assistant. You can check it out at thevirtualsavvy.com/BBO. Being able to work from home with just a laptop was a game changer for me when I was first starting out. We didn't have a lot of money to invest. In fact, we were living in somebody's basement at the time, a basement that had one window. My husband was working 12-hour days and I was at home with my kids thinking, I want to get out of this situation. And being able to find virtual assistants changed everything for me. And it's the reason that I do what I do. It's why I share it with other people. It's because I'm so passionate about it. The ability to change your life is in your hands. So I would just hope that you would binge this YouTube channel, that you would find out as much information that you can, that you would decide, I can actually do this just like I did in 2015, and you can go out and start living your freedom life. All right, Savvies, that's all I have for you today. I'll see you in next week's video.